Tyffanie Morgan.
That's right, sweet peas. It's me. Well, hello there, my little sweet peas, my little love muffins from all around the big blue world. This is your hostess, Miss Tyffanie Morgan, calling to you live from Kingston, Ontario, Canada, the home of limestone and the home to me, Miss Tyffanie Morgan. That's right, sweet peas. Hello. Kisses out there. For those of the visual, I'm streaming on various platforms, and I'm wearing my lovely little Pride unicorn with a jetpack that has the rainbow coming out of the jetpack, because that's how I'm feeling today. That's exactly how I'm feeling today. I need a jetpack just to keep going on today. Ooh, my goodness sakes. Sweet peas, how are you doing? How are things out in the world? There's a little bit of there's gardening challenges out there because hashtag Tiff's Garden. There's, the crazy kind of thunderstorms and stuff, which us gardeners really, really like. Did I mention that I talk a lot about gardening on this program? So I'm for those who don't know me for the first time, I am Tyffanie Morgan, drag queen extraordinaire here in Kingston, Ontario, Canada. And you're listening to either my podcast on Tyffanie.com, that's TYFFANIE.com, or you're on Facebook, YouTube, Twitch, or you're listening to CFRC 101.9 FM. That's awesome. The local, or CFRC.ca as well, the local campus and community radio radio station. And thank you to them, because those volunteers and supporters have dragged me back out into the radio world, the radiophile world. So thank you so much. But I am definitely behind on things that I need to be doing for the radio station. Shh, don't tell anyone. Do they listen to this? I think they do. But yes, so sweet peas, how are things? You doing good out there? How's your head, hun? How's your head, hun? Today, I think I'm going to be talking, like I said, probably about gardening, but also this being kind of like a little bit of an unofficial Pride guide, I think. June is Pride Month here in Kingston, so we'll recap some of that. I'll talk about the Kingston Pride Extravaganza 1999 film. There's documentaries, there's flag raising, there's gardening, all that kind of stuff. All good stuff. So it's going to be very, very interesting. But first and foremost, I want to start the program off with a fabulous drag queen, living doll, legend in my mind. She provides a little oracle reading, a little tarot card reading for us today. And I haven't even listened to this yet. I'm just going to listen to this now with you and just see what's in store for this week here in Kingston. So please welcome Dahlia AnarchKey.
Hi everyone, my name is Dahlia AnarchKey, and welcome to this weekly tarot card message. For those of you who don't know me, I am a drag queen, a living doll, and a tarot card reader, and I've decided to combine all of these talents together to provide guidance and entertainment to those of you who seek it. This is a message for the collective of Kingston, and I'll be using my Rider-Waite Tarot deck to divine a message for all of us for this coming week. So I'll ask, my spirits and my guides, what is the message that I am to relay for the collective of Kingston for this coming week? So, the card that we have are the Four of Wands, the Strength card, and the Magician. Wow. So, I'm not sure if you saw that, the Four of Wands jumped out directly, and I feel like this is such a positive omen, especially followed by these two major Arcana cards. But let's talk about this one first. The Four of Wands represents a celebration. It is like the literal finish line to some type of journey that we have all been on. I feel like this coming week, there's going to be a reason to celebrate, and it is like the end of some type of hardship that we've all been experiencing collectively. It looks like there is some type of collaboration that's going on here, and it's not work, it feels more like you're coordinating an event in which a lot of people can celebrate together about. So, with the Strength card that came afterwards, this is often a card that talks about dealing with the darker sides of oneself and the shadow. If you see here, it's interesting, the card Strength, it's not depicted as like a buff, strong man. It's actually depicted by a woman who is taming this lion, and that is a representation of the different aspects of ourselves working together in order to reach a particular goal. So, you know what's really cool? In these two major arcana, there's that infinity symbol that's above the person's head, and this is a representation of understanding in a situation that's been cultivated. I feel like this is something that we've all been working on for quite a while. So if you've been making any sort of long-term investments, or you've been working really hard on something leading up to this week, this is saying that there is some type of fruit that's to come from this, and it comes out based on the hard work that you've been putting in so far in this journey. The last card in this spread is the Magician, and the Magician to me is the ultimate manifester. If you've heard me talk about the Magician before, you'll remember that the Magician is somebody who has everything that they need in front of them. So if you follow tarot, or if you're interested in tarot, there are 4 suits: the cups, the pentacles, the sword, and then the wand. And they represent the 4 elements, as well as the 4 stages of planning, or the 4 stages of manifestation. First is wands, which is our desire for that outcome. Next is swords, which is our thought process in order to think about how to make that a reality. Then that feeds into the cups, which is our emotional expectations and our emotional states. And lastly is the pentacles, which represent the physical manifestation of our desires based on the fuel that is our emotions. So this coming week, expect returns for what it is that you have been working on, because this is saying that you've already done the groundwork necessary in order to make that thing happen. And this week, when you get to celebrate, whenever this victory occurs, really be in the moment and enjoy it for all that it is. So, that's everything that I'm seeing for us for this week. If you enjoyed this, please check my Linktree at linktree/Dahlia AnarchKey. There you can find my PayPal for donations if you feel so inclined, though I never expected. You can also find my social media links if you ever want to contact me. So, that's everything that I'm seeing for us for this week, Kingston. And until next time, I hope you take care. Bye!
Goodbye, Dahlia. Goodbye. Oh my gosh! It's time to celebrate. Dun, 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 celebrate. Oh, what was that? I don't know what song I was singing. Marcia, happy birthday in the chats there. Yeah, exactly. It's a great time to celebrate. So, what I was a little bit worried though was, that a little bit of that. So that was Dahlia AnarchKey. I'm Tyffanie Morgan, and you're listening to CFRC 101.9 FM, or my podcast, Breakfast with Tyffanie. And what I was a little bit worried about is like, great, I get to celebrate, and we're going to have a great old time and stuff like that, and I'm going to be getting what I deserve, and I hope that doesn't mean it's going to be a massive hangover. because it could be. It could be. This week, and she's alluding perfectly into what's going on, because I'm so busy this week. I am so busy this week. So this coming Thursday, at 8 p.m. on my Twitch channel. So that's Tyffanie Morgan, Tyffanie Morgan, Morgan, and we're going to be streaming Kingston Pride Extravaganza 1999. Now, we did this last week as well, and I thought it was a fairly good success. Some people are asking me about the numbers. I'm not going to share the numbers with you. To me, I thought it was a success that we had consistent viewership throughout the entire streaming of it. It's 2.5 hours long. So I was very pleased to see that there were people who watched the whole thing. They were just, they were bound and determined to watch the whole thing. It features Jazz Morgan, my drag mother, and she was stepping down as the reigning Miss Gay Kingston that year, 1998 to 1999. It also features Savannah Cage Morgan, again, my sister, Ricky Ranch Morgan, again, my sister, and also Chris Edwards, who unfortunately passed away, a fabulous drag performer from Toronto, originally from the States, but known to be a fabulous black woman of color, trans performer in Toronto. I don't think she identified as trans. Sorry, I misspoke there. But she passed away. Unfortunately, rest in power, as we say. Amazing performer, and she came to Kingston. And plus there was a lot of other. The Men in Black. I almost forgot. The Men in Black are in it, which is a drag king troupe here in Kingston, and I'm a little lost at the history of the Men in Black, to be honest, because I saw something in the queer LGBT archives that there was a reference to them back in 1982. I have yet to figure out that history, but I think I think the troupe was an ever evolving. New people would come in, and people would leave and retire. New people would come in, and but it was. It's a great performance. It's a great performance. So that's going to be streaming live for free. Did I mention it's for free? For free this Thursday at 8 p.m. on my Twitch channel. I was getting a lot of feedback too. It was kind of cute, because if you have a Twitch profile and you follow my my account, you're able to type in comments and stuff like that. So there was a lot of chit-chatting with some of the people there who were watching. I enjoyed it. I enjoyed it a lot. It is interesting, because it is over 20 years ago that drag show happened here in Kingston. It's a truly historic moment, as I call it, historic. Because drag was happening here in Kingston. A lot of people don't think drag existed before RuPaul's Drag Race. Well, a lot of us know that, yeah, it did, especially in Kingston. Kingston had a very large drag queen community for its population, for its size. And they were performing at Club 477, Robert's Club Vogue, later on Wally's. There were, and don't forget the other locations as well, in the early 2000s and stuff. I know I was performing at the Grad Club, and other venues that would, be welcoming. It's going to be a challenge this coming year. Once we hit stage 3 and drag shows are allowed to come back into fashion, like in-person drag shows, it will be a bit of a challenge, because we've lost a few of our venues, for obvious reasons, for obvious business reasons. Would you rather have a few more tables that you can sell to, or would you like to have a 2-meter wide, stage or something like that? Yeah, you have to make those. I understand. I understand that. So, yeah, exactly. I don't know where I'm going with that, but what am I talking about? So yeah, let's kind of talk about, kind of the unofficial kind of pride going on here in Kingston. So Kingston Pride proper, kingstonpride.ca, they're deferring most of their events to September, because the hope is in September we'll be able to do in-person stuff. And as long as everyone gets the second shot, the first and second shot, I'm really hopeful as well. So they're looking at September for the Pride Parade and all that kind of stuff. But there have been some events happening now in June, Pride Month, the traditional Pride Month, of course, virtual. There was the Pride flag raising ceremony that happens in front of City Hall. What is it called? The park right across from City Hall. They raised the Pride flag for the month. And during a rainstorm, oh, the rain. As a gardener, Tiffany's very, very pleased to see some rain. But, of course, it was raining, not on the parade, but on the Pride flag. Ian Burns, the chair of Kingston Pride, they live streamed it. So if you missed it, the video is available on Facebook. You can look for the Pride LGBT Kingston Facebook group. There should be links there as well. There's some audio problems, but hey, whatever. It was pouring cats and dogs at the moment. So if you missed it, you can watch that there. So yeah, just a reminder. So Kingston Pride Extravaganza, that is Thursday at 8 p.m. And that I'll be hosting that, and I'll be running that. Friday as well. So I'm on outin.ca. I'm looking at outin.ca, your source for queer events going on in Kingston, even the virtual ones. And I'm Tyffanie Morgan, and you're listening to CFRC 101.9 FM. And you could be listening to my podcast on Tyffanie.com. So HARS, the HIV/AIDS Regional Services, every year they organize a queer art show. Which is really fabulous. Thank you so much for organizing those things. Good morning, Jazz. Good morning, my love. So every year they organize something, and this year they're still doing it. It is a virtual. I think it is a virtual thing. They have a video. There's a link to the HARS website, HIV/AIDS Regional Services, so HARS.ca, the Queer Art Show. I believe it's virtual, and you can go and check that out. View the show here, exactly. People have already submitted pieces of artwork, and the volunteers have put them together and put a video together. It's just really, really great stuff. So thank you, HARS, for that. What else is going on? In the world? The Pride pop-up party of one. I've been getting a little bit of flack to do a little bit of a nudge, not flack, nudge. Nudge. They're always they're like, Tiffany, when are we going to see you in drag and doing a performance online? Well, that's happening Friday. Friday, June 18th. It's just at 8 p.m. Last minute kind of Pride pop-up party of one. It's just going to be me doing, hey, if you have any requests, you can send them in. You can find event information on outin.ca. That's going to be streamed on Twitch as well, on my Twitch channel. So I think it's important to try to push that for myself. But it will be free as well. Of course, donations always welcome. Beers for Queers. Yes, Beers for Queers is back on Saturdays. Social distancing, obviously, in effect. And that is at the Tyffanie patio. So, and there's some information actually here. So message Beers for Queers on Facebook for reservations, because it is very popular. So you need to make reservations ahead of time. So visit them on their Facebook page, Beers for Queers. And it's for the community and their allies, and that's on the patio. Remember, patios in stage 1 is max of 4 people per table, And of course, all the businesses really would want to see 4 people per table. So if you are going as a party of one, try to get some of your friends that are a part of your, household. And your household members down there as well, and get a drink, have some foods and stuff like that. It's important to support the local businesses, I think. Gender Talk is always here on C4C, Tuesday at 5 p.m. That's next week. Yeah. And also the Maple Tea, which I do online broadcast with Rowena Way. So that happens on Tuesdays at 7 p.m. Um, yeah, exactly, exactly. Sorry, yeah, this is turning into the unofficial Pride Guide. What are you doing for Pride in June? There's not a whole lot of getting together sort of thing, but I've been noticing on the uh, on the hashtags, there's a lot of photos of local businesses downtown who are putting up the pride flags, and even a little bit more than that, even a little bit more where I can't remember what place it was that they were designating their site as a safe space for the month of June. So I think that's a really awesome thing. I would challenge if you are going to do something like that, do it for the entire year. Put up that pride flag for the entire year. But thank you, so, like the shop windows and stuff like that, where they do the themes and stuff like that. Oh, that's really really great. Thank you so much for your support. The local businesses, local community support. I really do appreciate that, and as well as other queer members of this community, and even those visiting our community who may be here for work or something like that. Wink, 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 wink. Are we allowed to travel in Ontario? I don't know. Get your second shot. Get your second shot. Get the first and second one. Yeah, let's. I'm going to share for those who are on my Facebooks, Twitches, YouTubes, all that kind of stuff. I'm sharing some photos right now. I haven't taken many photos of my garden. We have the garden, Grow With Me gardening challenge that we have, and also just basic gardening in general. I did a presentation for the Collins Bay Horticultural Society members on Monday, which was great, and the whole presentation was really just sharing my photos, hashtag Tips Garden, with them, and they really did enjoy it. So these photos are of this week. So the first one is my poppy, my oriental poppy called King Kong. It is now in bloom. It's looking really lovely and lush. It's big. It's big. And the bottom photo there's a photo of a bug. What is that bug, you say? What is that bug? Well, Tyffanie Morgan has the answer for you. That is a ladybug larvae. That is the larval stage of the ladybug. And I have a lot of them. I am so pleased on my back deck. I have a lot of them on my back deck. I make sure, there was one that somehow got onto me, but I made sure to get him onto a nice leaf that may have the aphids. I've had a large aphid infestation indoors. When I took the plants outdoors, the ladybugs clearly identified them and laid their seeds. Sorry, laid their eggs. Seeds, eggs. They laid their eggs on the affected plants, and the plants seem to be all cleared up now. Yeah. Oh, and strawberries. It's strawberry season. I have a few little strawberries that are in pots, and I picked the first ripe one, and oh, there's something about picking your own fruit. There is something about that. Picking your own fruit and veg. There's a delight in it. There's a freshness in it. There definitely was a freshness in this one. This is an Albion everbearing strawberries. So the everbearing ones tend to be a little bit smaller, but they tend to try to fruit all season long. Not this big glut of strawberries like most springtime strawberries. I know that there are a few strawberry farms in the area who are in full production now. So we're lots of fresh strawberries out there. And then a few other photos there of my whatchamacallit, my clematis. Tomato, that sort of thing. Exactly. But yeah, that's my garden. I am behind on the Grow With Me challenge, so anyone who's listening to me here, who's part of the Grow With Me challenge, I'm sorry I haven't posted any photos, mostly because I'm feeling very ashamed. The tomatoes and the cucumbers are not looking good, but I am determined that in the next couple of days, I'm going to get some photos of them for you. Whether or not they're sad or not, who knows? Who knows? But oh my goodness, sweet peas. It's been a very interesting week. So the flag raising. Oh, the documentaries. I almost forgot. So, did you know I was quoted in the Kingston Whig Standard? You should check out that article. And it was all about Pride Month, and I'm really, really glad. So they interviewed me about the drive-by drag that I did in Brockville. Thank you. That Ophelia Up deserves a lot more props than I do about that, because she organized it with Brockville Pride. She is basically Brockville Pride. She organized it. She did the whole setup, the speakers, audio, her car. She even drove me there, and then her mom drove me back. So it's not about me. That whole performance was not about me. It was about them. So thank you, Ophelia. But they interviewed about that. So but there's also documentaries. So Reel Out has a few documentaries available that you can watch. I believe they're basically on demand for the month of June. One of them is the documentary about me, Miss Tyffanie, Extreme Close-Up. It was at a time. It was at a time where I was just getting out of quite a few years where I was the only active working drag queen here in Kingston. I was, as some people joke around with me, I was the only gay in town. That was a little Britain reference there, but I was the only drag queen in town. It was a bit of a challenge. I had maybe 4 bookings a year, quite often for burlesque performances. So if you've ever been to any of the burlesque performances at the Artel, I was probably there. But as the documentary was filming, some queens who were starting to move back to Kingston, and that was really nice. So then we were able to do drag shows, because I wasn't doing drag shows for one. I do now on my Twitch. But yeah, oh my goodness sakes, I'm babbling on. Look at the time here. Look at the time. But yeah, so check out Reel Out, Reel Out's website. You can catch my documentary. You can also catch the Kingston is Burning documentary as well. And yeah, there's a few other documentaries. The Kingston is Burning. Yeah, Jazz is in that. There's quite a few local drag performers. It is even before 1999 that film happened. So you get to see the wellspring of drag that was happening in Kingston in the early 90s, I believe. But yeah, and and if you have $5.5 million, you can buy the plaza. All right, sweet peas. I gotta get going here. Goodness sakes, I'm running out of time. So I just want to give you my love. Mwah! You've been listening to C4C 101.9 FM. Breakfast with Tyffanie, also on Tyffanie.com. Mwah! Goodbye, sweet peas.